Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team Career on the PC with Cadillac. Season 2 continues. It's round 7 of our 2027 season. And tonight we head to Baku, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And we are once again struggling financially, but we will get a little bit of money, hopefully, at the end of this Grand Prix. Assuming that both of our drivers finish, we should be fine. We are in need of more parts for our cars. God, Happy's miserable again, look. It's always miserable at the moment. As you can see, we are starting to run a little low on parts. We are low on rear wings. We are low on underfloors. We are also starting to get a little low on wings at the front, side pods and suspension, although we do have another side pod and suspension just 1 day away, so that will get us back up to 4 on those. And we have a new front wing and underfloor in the works, but we don't have access to them yet, and we don't have the money to build them yet either, for that matter. So, yeah, desperately need some cash. Last night's failure to get in the top 18 for Valtteri certainly hurt us financially. We really could have done with that money. But we will persevere. Evening, Adrian. Evening, Wayne. Evening, Daniel. Good to see you guys. Hello to everyone else who's lurking in the chat as well. Do feel free to say hello. And let's get ourselves prepped and underway for tonight's Grand Prix in Baku, shall we? We're going to set our targets at 18th or higher. I think we should do quite well here, as long as we don't get caught up in any collisions like last night.
Greetings from Azerbaijan, where we're back in the country's capital. Well, it's not every weekend that Formula One arrives at a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but arrive here we have. Drivers will race around the historic streets of Baku, which includes the race calendar's tightest corner, beneath a medieval fortress wall. Lando Norris delivered for his team in the last race, and will head into this weekend with plenty of confidence. Can the Brit bring it home in this round too? Let's see then how the weekend unfolds.
Right then, it is a normal Grand Prix tonight, no sprint, so we are going to run the rookies. Let's give Logan and Jack a run, put them on soft tyres. There we go. We need to start putting practice parts in every race now. And fuel load, it's 15 laps if you want to do 2 separate runs around Baku. So we'll leave it at 15 because we're going to be calling them in as soon as they've got feedback so we can make changes to the car. We will protect the ERS, as we always do. Not cheap to replace, which is amazing when you can actually consider. I've seen the costs of what it costs in the cost cap in Formula One to replace an engine. It's $1 million for an engine. It's $5 million in the game, which is very, very expensive. I think it comes to like 1.7 million to do a complete power change, a power unit change. In reality. Maybe not even that much. Maybe it's like 1.17 mil. It's nowhere near how much it costs in game, which is like 8.5 mil to do a complete swap of everything. Not cheap at all. Right, we need to do the ERS there as well, and now we're going to start putting setups on. It's a pretty low downforce circuit, So we want very little front wing. We want a decent little bit of rear wing, so 10.5. It's probably where we're going to go. It's not quite the ultra low downforce of Monza. But it is still pretty low. We're going to go with a 3.7. Tyre camber is usually on the lower side. Toe's usually on the higher side. Let's go with that, I think. And then I'll push that up to there. And then for the other car, we'll go with slightly less rear wing. So we'll stick with a 1.5 on the front. We'll go to a 10 on the rear wing. We'll push that out a little bit further. We'll drop that down just to a 3. Like that. And then we'll whack that all the way up. And let's see how we do.
Green light.
Evening, Dino. So let's see. No rookies for Ferrari, McLaren. We've got Nagel and is it Newell at Red Bull? Nui, Caitlin Nui. Victor Martin and Kamara, Rafael Kamara in at Mercedes. Kian Shields is in at Haas.
Radio check.
Kasper Stucker getting a run out at Aston. And of course, our 2 rookies getting a run out tonight as well. So a decent number of rookies, but some teams not running any at all. Yeah, different Nagel to our PS5 series. I wonder if they are related, though. So, a quick heads up. I will be away from the channel for a little while in December. Hopefully just a couple of days, but maybe a few days longer. I have got a surgery scheduled for, I think, the 9th of December. So I'll be staying in the hospital overnight, and then however long it takes me to recover enough to be able to sit and stream. I will try and get some video content bulk recorded before I go in, so there's at least something on the channel. Yeah, it shouldn't be a major issue, Wayne. It's a repeat of the surgery I had 5 years ago. That went fine. Not expecting it to be much different this time round.
How does the car feel? Car is good.
Copy that.
All right, we're at 85% on that first run. Let's get Logan in. Tyre temps are quite high, so looking at the track temp, 41.5 degrees. We know it's going to be cooler on race day, but we could still see some issues with tyre temperatures again.
So limiter should be on now. Stopping on the marks.
I do think the one-stop subs to mediums is probably the way to go tonight. Right, what do we need to change? We need a bit more rear wing by the look of it. Let's bring that down. Let's bring that up. That's too much now. We'll have to add a little bit more front wing. Let's go to a 2.5 so we can bring this back down a touch. Like that. And let's see how we do with that. Yeah, I missed a phone call last night from the hospital. They phoned again today. I wasn't expecting to get it this year. I was told it could be up to a year on the waiting list, so I wasn't expecting to get it until at the earliest sort of February, March time, and they've slotted me in nice and early, which is nice. Oh, look at that. We nailed it with Jack. Straight out the gate. 100%. That's really nice.
Understood.
We're at 76 on the drive development, so we'll just leave him out a little bit longer. Yeah, we'll potentially leave him in the garage now. Might have to send him back out. Just for a few laps. There we go. Development run is done, so we can call Jack in.
Any comments though?
We've got feedback on the setup.
Copy.
Let's take a look at that. We're up to 90%, so we've made an improvement, but there's still work to do. And let's call Logan in as well.
Confirming you are boxing this lap.
Yep, copy.
Speed limiter on and speed limiter on. And stop on the marks.
All right, Jack's into the pits. Here comes Logan.
Pit entry.
Watch your speed in the pit lane. Stopping on the marks, going to P1, please.
And Science chases us into the pits. And Box is just behind us. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so that is actually going to be a 3.7. Braking stability does need to come down. Nordic Horizons. Yeah, Farah mentioned that last night. I've been a little out of the loop when it comes to the truck games recently. Been distracted with other things.
There's a yellow flag now.
Oh, Stroll doing Stroll things. What a moomin. So, we are done for this practice session. We'll get the main drivers in the next one. Get them on a nice long run. Hopefully we'll have nailed the setup for Valtteri's car. Hamilton's car's already set perfectly. Problems for one of the Haas cars.
But the car's definitely not happy.
Yeah, I didn't
Surely
think we'd
some
get any
kind of
audio for
fault.
Kian. Just a fault. Might be temporary, might be permanent. Will turn into permanent wear. We shall see in the next session. Yeah, I did wonder where you were last night. I didn't want to say anything. I don't expect people to turn up. It's always nice when they do, though. There we go. End of practice 1. Let's stick in the big boys. Let's give them 25 laps of fuel. I think it should be more than enough. And then we can have a nice decent run on mediums in the next session as well. Get some good knowledge on the mediums, how they're going to
4
perform.
seconds, 3, 2, green light.
And away we go. So Yuki's had some pretty good pace recently, although he's still got an issue with the car that plagued him last night. Let's see if that continues. We could see more podiums for Yuki Tsunoda this season. Hasn't got a win yet.
Anything we can help you with?
All right, optimal setup. That's encouraging.
Copy that.
And there we go. It's nailed at 100%. So fantastic stuff. We're at 79% prep for both drivers. So a good run here will get them nicely positioned for a decent run on mediums in the next stint. Oh, we've got a fault for Hamilton. Temporary issue with the gearbox. Well, it's a practice part. Yeah, I have zero interest in on the road. I've become really, really hooked on rolling line. I've been spending a lot of time just playing around with building stuff. I've even downloaded Blender. I'm going to look at trying to build some locos in Blender at some point, and do some scenery in Blender as well. And yeah, I'm really taking my first steps into modding, I think, thanks to that game. I mean, I've ummed and ahed about it with F1 Manager, but it's been more about, you know, just doing like database updates rather than anything else.
Now there's been an incident.
Oh, we've
with
got a
the
crash
RB
for a Wasser.
driver. But this is what happened. Now the action happens as they went into turn 16. There, that's the moment of impact.
That's pretty
And the
low
car
low
leaving a bit
impact
of
there.
paint on that
So
barrier.
just a little bit of front wing damage, maybe a little bit of suspension damage, but nothing too serious for the car there. Our drivers are in the pits. We are at 88% prep. Let's get them a little bit higher. Let's send them back out for the rest of the session. Yeah, I've kind of shelved the rugby layout on rolling line just because I want to be able to do it justice. And to be able to do it justice, I need to learn how to do scenery in Blender. Otherwise, I'm going to cripple the frame rates trying to do it all with props. Plus, I also want to try and automate some of the signals and the switches and the points and stuff. It's beyond my skill level at the moment. So that's why I've been building that second layout that I showcased the other night, so that I've got something smaller that I can work on. And as far as boxing everything off, it's not too far away. The track work, I reworked the station last night. As I did a bit more boxing around the edges. Started to put in a little bit of scenery and trying to put in an active road where we'll have road traffic running. Start to create a bit of a town scene. Built a TMD next to the station. It's
just work on your tires.
Still very much a work in progress, and there's some bits about it that are completely unrealistic. But you know, I'm like I said, I'm practicing and learning stuff as I go with that one. And I've got it set so I can run 12 trains at the same time on that, and then not have any issues with them getting too close to each other or anything like that. I'm really proud of the way that one's turned out. I even started this morning, then in the wee hours of this morning, I actually started a third layout, but trying to do more of a scenic shelf kind of thing with using the bulk copy tool.
Still the same.
So I'm experimenting with that now, so that I can duplicate sections and paste them all together rather than have to place everything individually by hand. Hopefully save a fair bit of time. get them up to 90% at least if we can. Might not be possible. Oh, there we go. 90%. That's nice.
And checkered flag.
Practice 2 is done. So, into the final session. Going to be running mediums in this session. We'll put the same 25 laps of fuel in. Really need to find 10% across both car part knowledge and track acclimatization. They both account for 25% each, so we need to find a total of 20% across track knowledge and car part knowledge to get the 10% that we need. If my maths are correct, it might actually be slightly less than that because of our input from Fittipaldi. Is that gearbox actually... no, it's just worn. That's good.
Green light.
So it's not turned into any permanent damage. Like Sonoda's car's got permanent damage. Evening, Johnny. And once again, we're seeing that the medium tyres are slightly overheating, just like the softs did. So a one-stop medium to soft should be easily achievable if we're careful with the tyre wear. Nearly there.
I lost the gear, no gear.
That might mean a replacement part for Yuki now. Yes, it will. He'll get that gearbox changed out before we go into qualifying. So he'll be happy that that fault has developed here rather than qualifying itself. And there we go. We're at 100%. Let's get the drivers in.
Confirming you are boxing this lap.
Yeah, copy.
I thought for a minute Hamilton was right behind Valtteri. It's not. It's one of the McLarens. It's Antonelli. Hopefully after tonight's race we'll hear back from Hadjar. We have made him an offer to replace Valtteri next season. We might have to wait until after Monaco and well after Barcelona and maybe after Monaco for that. We did give him a 28-day response window. He's on 1.5 mil at the moment. We've offered him 5, which is still substantially cheaper than Valtteri. He's on 12.5.
Stop on the marks.
We might need to up the offer a little bit. But he would be a fantastic get if we can sign him for next season. He's only going to continue to improve as this season goes on, and then when he gets in our car, hopefully he'll be able to improve even further. Temperature fluctuating quite highly again. Look, we've seen it as low as 37. Now it's 45. Speaking of Hadjar.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
An issue of some kind, that Red Bull. Just a temporary fault. Let's see if it turns into permanent wear or not. That is the end of practice. Time for qualifying.
Welcome to qualifying. Let's find out if all that practice will pay off for the drivers.
Drivers will have to be at the top of their game here in Baku, as mistakes can prove costly on a street circuit like this. But having tackled the twisting turns, the long main straight awaits, providing a fantastic opportunity for the slipstream.
And here's a driver there's been quite a focus on recently, Karun, Valtteri Bottas.
Well, Crofty, here is a driver who's just oozing confidence right now. We could see the impact it's having, and I'm sure that'll carry through to qualifying.
You're going to want to join us for this, folks, so fasten your seatbelts.
Well, I just had a very interesting combination of adverts. I had a health service, I had financial services, and I had Love Honey. So if you're going to get screwed in the financial market, you may as well make it pleasurable and then have a health checkup afterwards. Right, let's get ourselves prepped for quali. We need to swap out the practice parts for the good stuff. And then we can hit the track.
So now we have green light.
Did we beat Iwasa out? No, we didn't. He snuck out right behind Valtteri. Hopefully we'll be quicker than Iwasa.
Understood.
The Racing Bulls car is actually pretty good right now. In terms of overall performance, we had a quick look at in the editor last night just to check on a couple of things. And they've got like the second best car right now, I think. I mean, you wouldn't think it based on how their results have gone, but it just goes to show you the amount of impact good drivers have on the car's potential performance. Iwasa and Stroll, not
no traffic issues.
The most skillful combination.
Okay, you're good to go.
You put Russell and Norris in those cars, they'll be blitzing the field.
We are good for the moment. And track is clear, track clear.
Because Mercedes' car is not,
Mode push for last corner, mode push.
in terms of actual like performance ranking, is not up there at all. It's like the 4th or 5th car. Alright, on to the ham cam. We should be good for traffic. We're not going to catch these two. There's nobody else in front, so we can minimise that. Let's pay attention to the sectors. Iwasa fractionally quicker than our two. Oh, and our car is mired at the bottom of the grid in terms of performance by a not inconsiderable margin. And yet we're scoring points, which shows the impact of our drivers. Right, 41.2 for Valtteri, Iwasa, 41.1, Hamilton, 41.2. So Iwasa is going to just pip us by the look of it. Our strength in this Grand Prix is not going to be our pace, it's going to be our ability to stay in the DRS without destroying the tyres. We can do that well.
Cool the car and stay negative on the delta.
Look at that. Valtteri just 1,000th quicker in the end, and Hamilton actually slower than Valtteri, which is unusual.
And reminder, stay negative on the dash.
But yeah, we can look after our tyres and stay in the DRS and the slipstream. That's what's going to get us points tonight. You know, because we can protect our tyres against the AI, make less stops, and gain track position through not pitting. Not a great first lap for Hadjar. Here comes Charles Leclerc. It's going to be close between him and George. I think George will just have the edge. Russell goes top with a 141.9. And Leclerc 39 thousandths behind. And then peels out of the way of Alex Albon. Give him the mic on. See one of the Alpines whizzing through there as well. Was that Schumacher? No. Gasly. All right, let's take a look at the McLaren of Oscar Piastri. Yeah, not the best first sector for Alex Albon there, getting caught with that traffic coming out of the pits.
Perfect. So limiter should be on now. Stop where the guys are and P1. Yeah.
Speed limiter on.
This is one of those circuits where, despite it being quite a long lap, because a lot of it is flat, with some long DRS zones as well, on the run up to the line and the exit of 2 into 3, the lap time gaps might be quite small in the grand scheme of things. You know, it could be very, very fine margins that determines who goes through and who gets knocked out. As Oscar pops up into 3rd place. How are the tyres faring? 89%. Let's go for another run on these tyres. Oh, we have a yellow flag. And it's a red flag. That's a Ferrari. It's Sainz. Sainz is out. So he will start from the back of the grid. Just dropped it on his flying lap and...
Sorry, guys.
Not the fastest of impacts, but certainly went in at a bad angle. Did some pretty substantial damage.
It's not going the way the team had hoped today. That is for sure.
That's serious damage to the chassis and possibly the suspension as well. How long we got left in this session once we get back underway? Ah, plenty of time. 11 minutes, so we've got time for 2 more runs. Let's go out now. So both Astons going out at the same time.
And if possible, some full throttle will help.
Ocon just in front of Tsunoda. Both of them tucked up behind Valtteri. And then a little bit of a gap to Lewis. We can see Schumacher in the background there as well. Antonelli's also exiting the pits, as is Lando Norris and George Russell. I think George is the one who's further forward. Yes, he is. And we've got a Haas coming out as well. Kevin Magnussen. Still they're drip feeding themselves out of the pit lane. Both Audis are on track now. We've got a Red Bull on track. That is Verstappen. And we've got another red flag.
Red flag, red flag.
That's Magnussen. Wow, it's a cursed. It's a cursed qualifying.
And makes contact with the wall. Now their confidence
It's
will
the
have taken a hit from
2025
that.
Baku Grand Prix all over again.
The team glued to the monitors and watching their hopes crumble away.
So that's 2 cars who haven't set a time, both out. I think I'm going to wait before I send my boys out now. Everyone's going to pile out now because There's so many drivers who have yet to set a time. Only 10 drivers, because Stroll set a really bad time. Only 10 drivers have set a lap time so far. The whole field is piling out. Because they want to get 2 runs in. We'll let the garage empty. There we go, that's everybody, I think. Now we'll send Valtteri. This way we can make sure we're getting some clean air. And now we'll send Hamilton.
Just manage your tyres as you wish. Yep.
Will we see another red flag?
And we need you to push this out lap. Okay.
Oh, someone's sneaking out behind Hamilton. That is one of the RBs. It's not Stroll, so it must be a Wasser. Yep, it's a Wasser. All right, so in the first sector for a good chunk of those cars now.
Tyre temps look good. Track will be clear.
Valtteri starts to wind up for his flying lap.
And you are doing a good job on tires. Keep it like this. Track is clear. Track is clear. And we'll be in charge.
We are running
of
scrubs.
corner.
What's our confidence looking like at the moment after those red flags? Yeah, reset back down to normal, which is what I expected to see. So hopefully that means we'll go quicker on the new softs for the second run. .6.0 for Valtteri. Slight improvement for Hamilton, 35.8. So Behrman goes top. Antonelli pops up to 7th. Stroll improves his time all the way up to 7th. Just half a second away now. Norris in 2nd, Max 3rd. Snowden pops up in 6th place. Not a good time from Schumacher. He's only good enough for 17th as Bortoletto gets his time in. Bottas not improving at all here. Hamilton is. Hamilton currently looking to slot in somewhere between Antonelli and Bottas in terms of lap time. Wilson is 20th. And Hamilton does pop up in between the two.
So P12.
Yep.
Right, now begins the trundle back to the pits for everybody to get ready for that next run. And Albon waited And he's now starting his flying lap now. Is he running a new set? Yes, he is. New set of soft tyres. But he is potentially going to have a little bit of traffic to deal with in terms of Iwasa and Hamilton, maybe Valtteri as well. See if he gets held up anywhere. Iwasa gets out of the way. Leclerc's gone straight away. Now, is Hamilton going to get in the way here? No, he gets out of the way.
Watch your speed in the pit lane. If you could stop on the marks.
Piastri's gone again. And Albon slots up in between Hamilton and Bottas.
And we need speed limiter on. And stop on the marks.
Yeah, we're going to let the pit lane exit. So that we don't get traffic. Get another red flag now. We're through. Might be pushing it a little bit on time here. It's 1 minute 40 for a lap. Not sure if we'll make it.
If you can, please. Copy.
As we do kind of get in Leclerc's way a little bit. Let's see what that does for his first sector. Now he's potentially going to have Valtteri in the way as well. And Valtteri gets out of his way. 35.7, it's not a great first sector. I think Leclerc is going to struggle to improve this time round. It's going to be very tight as to whether or not we can actually get this lap in. I think we'll be okay.
Tire temps are good. Track should be clear. Good
So now we go flat. Start to push.
Good.
Norris is purple in the first.
Charge button off for last corner. Charge button off.
Leclerc did not improve. He stays in fifth. So he's through with that time. And Hamilton crosses the line with about 5-6 seconds to go. So we just about timed that perfectly. We are potentially going to have to deal with a little bit of traffic from Leclerc at some point on the lap. Hopefully he'll be as kind to us as we were to him. So we're looking less at the cars above us, but more at the cars below us. Hadjar, Schumacher, Lawson, Lindblad. Neither drivers had a particularly good first sector. Hadjar improves to 12th. That knocks us both down to drive. Lindblad doesn't get through. Lawson's up to 10th. It's down to Bortoletto and Schumacher. Bortoletto does not improve. Schumacher does not improve. We're through. So we're going to abort the lap and save a little bit of wear on the tyres. Fantastic stuff. Both cars out of Q1. And looking at the sector times, I don't know if we would have actually been able to improve anyway. Alright, ready for Q2. We're going to run the scrubs for our first run. Don't really want to use that final set of softs. I want to try and carry 2 sets of softs into the Grand Prix if possible. So we've got a spare set of softs. Might use a set of mediums to qualify.
Green light.
Reminder for brake temperature.
Copy.
So Stroll and Gasly both on track as well. It's Gasly, then Stroll. There's Gasly. That Alpine's actually a pretty strong car at the moment, so there's a very good chance that he will catch up to Valtteri on the lap and then get a really big slipstream across the line, which will put him completely out of reach. But given that he qualified 4th in the previous session, I doubt we would have been able to keep him behind us anyway.
So you're in a good position.
The worry is that he gives Stroll a nice little slipstream. And puts Stroll out of reach. All right, here we go then with Valtteri.
Tyre temps look good. Gap is currently good.
As Lawson and Leclerc both leave the pit lane in front of us. Could well have a bit of traffic here for Valtteri.
Doing a good job
Hamilton
on
might be
tyres.
all right. Might have just
And
one or
track is
two
clear,
cars
track
to
is
deal
clear.
with. Valtteri could have to deal with a few.
Will be charge button off for last corner.
Right, first sector, 36.1. It's not great. But again, scrub tyres. What about Hamilton? 36.0. He's got Behrman behind him. But Behrman's on an outlap. Not a great first sector for Stroll. That's good. Second split here at the bottom of the hill. There is Charles Leclerc's Ferrari. That won't be an issue. He's about to start pushing. It's just a little bit too far ahead for us to get a slipstream though. 41.4 for Valtteri. Stroll better in the middle sector than us. Hamilton matching Valtteri. Across the line for a 143.1.
Currently P1.
Gasly is 7.7 tenths of a second quicker. Stroll fractionally quicker than Valtteri. What about Hamilton? He goes up to P2, 10th quicker.
P2.
Are we going to see any more red flags? We've had 2 in the first session. I think we're probably okay now. Piastri goes top, 142.1. There is Verstappen. No, Hadjar, sorry, starting his lap. As Piastri peels out of the way. Here comes Antonelli. Driving for the line. We've got Norris about to cross the line as well. Norris goes P3. Very, very close between Lawson, Leclerc and Antonelli here. Antonelli goes P2. Lawson will be next. Lawson goes top. What about Leclerc? Leclerc goes second. Look at that. 3 cars separated by less than 0.04 of a second. Very, very close. What can Ollie Behrman do?
And limiter on, please. Okay, just stop at the marks.
He goes up to P4, and again, really close. This is where it's going to get down to the nitty-gritty. This is where, you know, thousandths of a second are going to count massively in this session
Stop on the marks.
to see who gets through and who gets knocked out. Don't think we have time for 2 runs, not to be safe anyway, so we're just going to wait. Albon goes up to P11. Hamilton is currently going through, although we're still waiting on Russell, Tsunoda and Ocon, and all 3 of them are going quicker than us. I wonder if George lost any time in the castle section, getting past Magnussen. Oh, sorry, Behrman. Ocon goes top. Mighty lap for him. Here comes Yuki Tsunoda. Looking at Russell's middle split. No, he went purple. So Russell's going to go top here, unless he has a horrible final sector. Not a great middle sector for Tsunoda. He's only 10th. Both of our drivers are in the drop zone. No real surprise there. And Russell does go top. Norris is going early for another run. I'm going to go early as well. Not quite that early, but I am going to go early.
Get everything as you want it to be for the start of the lap.
Copy.
Okay, so we watched Hamilton, Valtteri on the first lap. We're going to watch Hamilton on this one. Theoretically, Hamilton has got the better chance of getting through. It's unlikely we're going to get through, though. Just trying to get as high up the grid as we possibly can. How far are we behind Verstappen? Just 39 thousandths behind him at the moment. He's on an outlap as well. There he is. There's Max. So he will have an instant response if Hamilton gets a chance, gets an improvement. Norris now starting his flying lap.
Okay, gap is good. Good to go.
Tire temperatures are good.
We've got traffic coming out.
Track is clear.
This
Track
might make
is
it tricky
clear.
for Valtteri.
Start the lap.
Yeah. That's a lift for Valtteri there, unfortunately.
Copy that.
Now, where's Hamilton going to catch them? So Valtteri improves, but not by much, a 36.0. Could have been more than that, but unfortunately had that lift coming out of turn 2. 35.9 for Hamilton. And now we've got a potential bottleneck forming here. Norris is looking mighty quick. He goes top. 10th and a bit quicker than George. And that is a massive waste on Hamilton there. We're going to cancel his lap. Valtteri's not been too bad. He only lost maybe a 10th of a second in the first sector, so we will keep him going. He is improving still. But Hamilton lost 2 seconds in the middle sector.
Hamilton coming past very shortly.
So Valtteri improves to P11. We've just about got time to get Hamilton back in the pits and send him back out again. Here comes Verstappen. And controversially, I'm going to send Hamilton out instead of medium tyres.
Speed limiter on and speed limiter on. and stop in front
Actually,
of
no,
the
we're not going to
garage.
have time. We need to be out the pits by now. We're not going to have time. Damn it. All right, we're out. Now it's a question of where we end up. Albon and Stroll are both on an out lap. Tsunoda is about to start his flying lap. Who's he tucked up behind? Hadja. Yeah, Tsunoda's definitely getting out of this session. We might end up 15th or 16th. It all now depends on Albon and Stroll.
Stop on the marks.
Neither have shown amazing pace so far this weekend, so we've got a chance of staying 13th and 14th. Ooh, this could scupper. That's a slow car in front. No, Peel's out of the way. That was one of the McLarens. Antonelli. There's Leclerc. And Tsunoda goes third thanks to a mighty slipstream. Albon's looking like he might get through off that first sector anyway. He's stuck behind Gasly here, who has not had a good first sector. Is he on an in lap? Yes, he is. That might have cost Albon. .41.2. It's not a great middle sector. He might not get out, but I think he will definitely improve above us. And he does, goes to P12. So we will start 14th and 15th. Not terrible, but not great either. Let's see who sticks it on pole position. It's Lando from Charles Leclerc. Max in third. George in fourth. Then it's Oscar from Ollie Behrman. Antonelli from Lawson, Tsunoda and Ocon rounding out the top 10 with an Aston Martin lockout on row 5.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway.
Baku has been the scene for some major on-track battles, like Vettel and Hamilton fighting for the lead back in 2017. Will we see more drama this year, I wonder?
Drivers will be battling it out on the streets of the Baku city circuit, a real contradiction of a track. From the long main straight, where the less drag the better, to the tight turns where downforce is a necessity. Teams are going to have to work hard to get that balance right. It's race day, and final preparations are underway.
All right, let's take a look, see if there are any penalties to be applied. No penalties. So no change to the starting order. Strategy-wise, we are going for the one stop. Only question is, do I start on the mediums and then look after softs, or do I start on the softs with a better grip? We're probably looking at something like that for our pace settings. That does look to be somewhere around the sweet spot, doesn't it? Lap 22. I think we'll start on the soft. Let's get a lap 23 with Lewis. I'm going to take fuel out of the car, because I am expecting at least a VSC, if not a full safety car. Maybe even a red flag. It's not impossible that we'll see red flags given the propensity of cars to crash at turn 2. So let's take... It's 2 kilos, isn't it? Let's take 5 laps of fuel out. It's a lot. I'm actually going to just reconsider and go to 4 laps out. That's 8 kilos that we'll need to save. See if we can gain anything in the first turn. Or 2. And there we go. We're prepped. Fuel loads have been set. Strategies have been chosen. We are prepped and ready. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix is next.
Welcome back, everyone. The final preparations are now being made as we head into the race. A chance to see just what Charles Leclerc can achieve here.
A second place start for them today. They'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
But just what will happen here, your guess is as good as mine. Here we go with the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
All right, we're off. Valtteri gets past Gasly. And that, I think, is as far as we're going to go in these opening couple of corners. So let's ease everything down.
We need to manage these tires, okay?
Understood.
Increase lift and coast.
Yep.
We need to do the full management on this set. Copy.
Charge on.
Charge on.
Need to make sure that Valtteri doesn't get dropped. We'll be turning his battery back on again in a moment. He's already looking like he might get dropped.
Load push. Copy.
URS.
Yep.
So not many people starting on the mediums. We've got Stroll, Magnussen, Gasly, Ocon, Norris and Verstappen starting on mediums. They are going to go for a one stop. Norris and Verstappen, I would imagine, will go mediums to softs. Don't know if the others will go mediums to hards. I think everyone who's starting on the soft tyres, apart from us, is probably going to... Well, there'll be a mix of 1s and 2s, I think. Both of our drivers have been left behind already.
So at the moment you are P15, Gasly in front. Gap to him 1.4.
Can we get back in the DRS on this lap? Hamilton just about made it. Gasly's having a look at Valtteri. And he will get through because we're not pushing tyres hard, so we don't have the same level of grip through the corners.
Great.
But I'm okay with that
Just
because
do
it
your
means
best.
that Gasly will start to push ahead a little bit, and hopefully we can stay with him and get ourselves back in the train. So far, Gasly has closed that gap down a little bit, but we've stuck right with him. And we might even get the chance to re-pass him here, but we're not going to, if we can.
Charge button on.
I'm going to try and just slowly trickle charge the batteries now.
Charge on.
A huge closing speed for Hamilton here in the slipstream. But again, we don't ideally want to overtake just yet. Gasly's got the gap down by half a second. And they're fighting as well. So Hadjar and Albon have dropped off the train, which is one of the reasons why we're closing them down so quickly. And this is where we need to be careful.
So mode push.
Yeah, copy.
Charge on.
Copy.
There we go. Back in range. Antonelli sets a new fastest lap while overtaking his teammate. Gasly's still out of DRS range. We'll start to do a little bit of fuel saving in a few laps. And Gasly's now got himself into range of Alex Albon. Hadjar's been able to close back up a bit to the cars in front of him. So the train's almost re-established again behind Lawson. And Ocon gets in front of Lawson. So maybe that'll increase the pace of this pack a little bit.
It's getting frustrating.
Chill your boots, Valtteri. You're doing exactly what I need you to do. Just keeping the tyres under control. Slowly trickling the battery back in. Let's start to do a little bit of fuel saving now.
And we need to increase lift and coast by 30%.
Yep.
And we need some lift and coast.
Understood.
Charge button on, please.
Charge on.
Copy.
All right, Gasly's having a look at Albon. And look at the closing speed. Valtteri's right there. The DRS is always a powerful tool, but the slipstream is so much more powerful. Especially on a circuit like this, a circuit like Monza, slipstream is everything. We've got a fault for Stroll. Let me guess, my engine feels quite down. Oh no. I forgot they changed that engine. So Albon already struggling. We might be seeing him coming off those tyres in the next couple of laps.
Charge on, please.
Copy.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
Let's see if we can get both of our guys through here. Ollie Behrman sets a new fastest lap.
Push, please.
Copy.
There goes Valtteri. Somehow Albon managed to get the DRS. He won't have it here though. So Valtteri's through. Here comes Hamilton.
Excellent work. Car in front, Gasly.
Just couldn't quite finish the move off.
Charge on.
Understood.
Combination of pace and tyres. Just not letting him run it up the inside in the braking zone there. We'll just bide our time. Hopefully we'll get him at the end of this lap. I'm hopeful Valtteri can just edge away as well. That's why we're still pushing his battery. Make sure he stays on Gasly and hopefully drops Albon in the process.
And charge button on.
Yep.
Charge on.
Copy.
Use the energy.
So we might get another pair of overtakes here as Tsunoda dives into the pits. Gasly tries to cover. We go to the outside. Stay tucked up. Hamilton hasn't made the move yet. Tsunoda, Schumacher and Iwasa all into the pits. Medium tyres for Yuki.
All right, let's concentrate.
Soft tyres again for Schumacher, so he's stopping again. Soft tyres for Iwasa, he's stopping again.
You did a good job. Next guy in front, Bottas.
Hamilton is through.
Got to him.
Bottas did
2.0.
not get through. Lawson's starting to struggle a little bit as well now. He's dropped back a few places now. Ocon and Hadjar both past him. And he's out of range of the pair of them. Gasly shaping him up for a move.
And charge button on. Charge button on. Okay.
Charge on.
Okay.
And that's Charles Leclerc into the pits. Oscar following him in as well. Leclerc going for hard tyres. It's too early for a one stop, so he's going to stop again. Gets held for Piastri coming in. Mediums for Piastri. Gasly and Albon have both boxed. As Valtteri tries to get past Lawson, he'll give up. No, he got the DRS.
Charge on.
Did not expect that.
You are doing a good job on tires. Keep it like this.
So I'm expecting Valtteri to just ease away. Nope, tyres are actually out of the window. Let's up those. Yeah, we're just edging away from Lawson on this lap, creating the 1 second gap to allow Hamilton to breeze on through. And refill his battery at the same time. Yeah, track temps has dipped a little bit, down to 35.8 degrees. We've got a yellow flag out there.
Watch for yellows.
Copy.
Iwasa's crashed
It's a big one.
again. My
Here
God,
we are
he's
then,
just, he
looking
can't
at
keep out
turn
the
12.
barriers this season, can he?
Just flies into that crash.
Clumsy, very clumsy. He's just stopped as well. Right, Russell is in, and so is Antonelli. Mediums for Russell, hards for Antonelli. Sights coming in.
And good job. Car in front is Bottas.
Lawson has been left behind.
Gap to Bottas in front, 1.4. Energies are good.
Mick sets the new fastest lap, 146.8. For comparison, that's very quick compared to the front runners. So, as always, our target is to get both in the top 18, but my hope is that we can get both in the points tonight. We're keeping our temperatures under control, both tyres and engines, with this fuel saving that we're doing. Hamilton is the quicker driver, as evidenced by the fact that he's actually been closing up into DRS range on this lap, despite being on a lower tyre push. So I'm quite happy for them to swap places.
Charge on.
Also means I can turn Valtteri's tyres down and keep them in the window.
No management required.
Norris and Ocon are both in the pits. So is Liam Lawson, so we got past him just in time. Hard tyres for Norris. Ocon's going for a set of softs. Charles Leclerc sets a new fastest lap. Liam Lawson's going medium. Stroll and Lindblad coming in as well. And here comes Hamilton.
P5. Car in front is Bottas. Russell behind.
There we go. We have saved about 2 kilos of fuel so far in the opening 11 laps, or opening 10 laps. And we're closing in on Isaac.
Charge on.
Track temperature slowly creeping up again, 36.2 now. The reason our tyres are starting to dip in and out of the windows because we're fuel saving. If we weren't doing that, temperatures would not be an issue, staying in the blue push.
Tire phase update when you can.
Tyres are still decent.
Tyres are still excellent, 75% for Hamilton, 72% for Valtteri.
Charge on.
And there goes Hadjar into the pits. So we're now running third and fourth. And we're only 5 seconds off of Ollie Behrman and lapping nearly 2 seconds quicker. That's a decent stop. Medium tyres going on for Isaac there.
Let's keep it clean.
Keep it smooth.
Taking a second out of Ollie Behrman so far this lap. Although we are being hunted down very quickly by Russell and co.
Charge on.
Copy.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Just want to make sure that Valtteri doesn't get stranded. Yellow flag. As Max is into the pits, Leclerc's done a lock up. Or was that a spin?
Okay.
Max is in.
Let's
It
have
was a
look.
spin.
All good at this point.
We saw it just re-entering the track in a cloud of smoke.
And there'll be words had after this, I'm sure.
And Ollie Behrman's in, so we are leading the Grand Prix. We are first and second.
And charge button on. Charge
There's
button
Antonelli
on.
sets a new fastest lap. But we are currently 1-2.
Go back to doing lift and coast now.
Copy.
And without having to drive defensively because of Valtteri, Hamilton did a 147.3 that lap as opposed to 148 the lap before. And he even was harvesting, you know, on the run to the line as well. So potentially a quicker lap time still yet available.
You could save less. No more lift and coast.
Copy that.
Okay for mode push.
Copy.
I don't know if Valtteri's going to be able to get close enough again. And he may well bring George with him.
You should be mode charge.
Copy.
All right, there we go. Let's continue the fuel save.
We need to do more lift and coast. Please increase by 10%.
Yep.
I just hope that Hamilton, well, not Hamilton, sorry, Valtteri can stay ahead. Let's just put him into always defend.
Avoid letting anyone through if possible, please.
See if we can keep anyone further back. Nope. Is the answer. George is just too quick.
This focus is a long race. Car behind is Verstappen. Gap behind 2 point.
So this is our attempt. We weren't quick enough to turn the defensive move on. George able to just get alongside and then fresher tyres. Probably not fuel saving. Smug George. Frustrated Valtteri. But hopefully we can play rear gunner and keep everyone else a little bit further back. Give Hamilton a real chance to get a really good position here. I don't think we've got podium pace tonight, but stranger things have happened.
Understood.
I'm expecting George to just breeze on through, but I'm hopeful that Hamilton can stay with him.
Slow down now.
Copy.
It's not working for Valtteri. All right, let's take him out of always defend.
Do your best. Car behind is Norris. He's 1.3 seconds
Because that
behind.
will just slow him down. Hamilton is still ahead of George for now.
Copy.
Keeps him behind. Hamilton's defensive skill is mighty. Right, we've got a fault for Magnussen now. He's all the way down in 19th, so probably won't have any bearing on the Grand Prix.
Downshift.
Sounds like his gearbox is starting to get a little temperamental. And here comes George making a run up the inside. You can see in the background Norris having a look at Valtteri. Hamilton again shuts down George. Max joining the party.
He pushed me wide.
Norris did get
We've
through.
seen it.
Let's see if we can get him back again.
Okay for mode push.
Copy.
I'm starting to think that as far as our strategy goes, we're going to have to do that with the mediums. Shouldn't be an issue for us. I don't want to delete that strategy. I want to amend it. There we go. Yeah, we could not get back on terms with Norris, so Norris is going to drive away.
Copy.
But so far, Lewis is doing an amazing job keeping Russell behind. Let's use some battery. Oh no, Valtteri's out. Valtteri is out. What happened? What did you do, Valtteri?
Stand by.
Did he get hit? Terminal chassis, suspension damage, major front and rear wing damage. Oh, what's he done to the powertrain? Oh my god. He's killed the gearbox. Massively damaged his ERS unit. Engine's taken a whack as well. Engine should be somewhere around there. And ERS should be somewhere around there. And gearbox should be somewhere around there. Oh, no. That's got to be a contact with somebody. Yeah, there we go. Antonelli's rammed us. He's shunted us into the barrier. God damn it. That's going to be a red flag.
Here we've got a yellow flag.
I got hit quite badly.
Bullshit! You did the hitting. I got hit. Cheeky bastard. Right, so let's pause.
That's
Question now is mediums or hards?
This is not okay.
No, it's not okay, Valtteri. 100% agree with you there. And that has seriously screwed up Hamilton's ability, Valtteri's ability to get through the rest of the season without penalties now. Not so much on the gearbox front, although that certainly is not nice to lose an almost new gearbox. The engine, not ideal, but we've lost an ERS unit already. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. I think we have to go hard tyres.
Car in the wall.
Ah, dear, oh dear. Evening PR, you jinxed me. But do we now have a chance to actually win this race? Fuel won't be an issue anymore. We're going to start from the lead.
We're set once more, and soon we'll continue this race. And it's lights out, and away we go.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Understood.
Russell has a look into turn one. Hamilton keeps him behind. There's a penalty for Antonelli. Does not help us in this race.
Now this
Wow,
was the
running
sound
wide at turn two. That's not easy to do without keeping it out of the barrier. Somehow,
but all being well,
I think he just about kept it out the barrier there.
Damage to the car.
Yes, he did. Lucky, lucky boy. Max has got ahead of George.
Charge button on. Charge button on. Yep.
And we are going to the end here.
Increase tire saving. Okay.
So, no pit stops for us today. Or no time to pit stops. Counts as a stop because we changed tyres under the safety car. Could we get a win? That would be an amazing result. I mean, it's going to be a long, hard race to keep Verstappen and Russell behind us. Not to mention Piastri, Norris, Leclerc.
And DRS enable.
Now, Hamilton has the talent. This is why we signed him.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Paid an exorbitant amount of money to try and capitalise on opportunities like this, with the aim of hopefully getting a podium. And here we are, leading the Grand Prix.
Tire temps good.
It's going to come down to tyres. It's absolutely going to come down to tyres as to whether or not anyone's going to need to stop again. Russell might. Max put those hard tyres on at the restart, so I think he might be able to go the distance. Norris is going to need to stop again. Leclerc's going to need to stop again. Oscar, Ocon, they could go to the end, as could Gasly. Gasly's normally pretty good at his tyre wear. So of the front runners, the only one I don't know about is George.
And Russell behind with DRS.
Yeah, he put on a brand new set of mediums there, look, at the restart. Everybody put on brand new tyres at the restart, apart from Ollie Behrman. Albon gets past Lawson in the fight for 14th between the two Williams drivers. Evening, Tony. No, your eyes do not deceive you. We are fighting for the win.
So deployed.
If If Russell needs to stop again, I need to try and stay ahead of him. I couldn't there.
Keep up now.
Continue like this.
Have I managed that? I was looking after my tyres. Everyone started boxing. We ended up holding first and second. Then cars started to catch back up. They got past Valtteri, and then Antonelli torpedoed him into the wall at the castle section. Brought out a red flag. Hamilton hadn't stopped, was still leading the race. And Russell's making a break for it.
And more energy available.
Much as I want to go blitzing after him, I've got to try and stay in DRS here, otherwise I'm in trouble. It's going to be tight. We might just get it. I think we got it.
And take care of the
We did
tires in
just
high
get it.
speed. And charge button on.
Norris has pushed
charge
his way
button
past
on.
Verstappen as well. Norris has to stop again. George might be able to go the distance, but
So
I don't know.
At the moment you are P2.
Even Victor. New car? No. No updates on the car. We just got really lucky with the timing of a red flag that actually wasn't all that lucky for Valtteri because he was involved in it.
Your DRS.
We just finished Austria. Team's finally improving. What season are you up to now, Tony? It's been a while since you last gave us an update, so I'm not sure where you are yet.
Be careful with the tires.
We started again. Are you still in season 1 then? And are you managing your own team?
Norris behind me, DRS.
What system are you playing on, Tony? Are you on your Xbox or are you on your Switch?
Charge button on.
Oh, the PS5.
And just a reminder on DRS.
Drivers do have a huge bearing on the pace of a car, especially when it's not a great car. How do you think I've been able to score really well with Cadillac, despite being the worst team on the grid? It's by having solid drivers. If I had rookies, I might have scraped a few points last season, but I wouldn't have got the 46 I got, and I certainly wouldn't be fighting for a win tonight here if I didn't have Hamilton.
tires are good to push.
The podium will be like winning the race for me today. I don't actually expect to be able to beat Russell. I think he's going to keep gradually just inching out that lead over us. He's going to box, he's going to put on a set of soft tyres, and then he's going to blitz past us at the end. Antonelli and Hadjar are too slow. They are in their first couple of seasons, but once they've had some training and they've leveled up a bit, Antonelli becomes blisteringly quick. I mean, you saw how quick he was when we had him in our team on the PS5, and Hadjar has the potential to really, develop well as well. A good shout if you can afford to get in someone like Magnussen or Zhou or someone like that without costing too much, and get them focusing on car development will certainly help as well. Get them in as an affiliate and get them as a developmental driver. A simulator driver rather than a driver development program. We are keeping Norris at bay. Norris's tyres aren't going to last too much longer before he needs to stop. You were thinking Carlos. Carlos is going to cost you a lot, unless you're thinking of putting him in the race seat. If you're going to do that, I would try and get Hadjar back into development, into the developmental program, and just keep working him in as many practice sessions as you can. Antonelli will develop nicely in the race seat, but Carlos, you're probably looking at minimum 15 million to sign for the season, probably more than that. Especially if you're a team with a low attractiveness, low rating, ranking, that will also impact how easy it will be to try and sign him. So you're probably going to be paying at least 20 million for Carlos, at least.
Norris behind with yours.
All right, we're starting to match Russell in lap time. So the gap is holding steady around the 3.5 seconds. Speaking of Carlos, he's into the pits. So is Bortoletto. Sainz gets off those soft tyres and goes on to set of hards to go to the end. Bortoletto is going for a set of mediums. They should go the distance with 26 laps to go, 27 laps to go. New personal best sector for Lewis in the first sector there. We're actually getting to the point where we're dropping Lando. Leclerc's falling away a little bit as well, and he's going to hold up Verstappen and Piastri and Ocon and Gasly, who are quite possibly going to the end. And yeah, we have dropped Lando Norris.
Look after the front tires.
Yep.
Lindblad into the pits now. I think that's hard tyres going on. Yes, it is. We'll bring him out behind his teammate at the back of the grids. Schumacher going forward or backwards? I think he's going backwards. He's on soft and they are going to be starting to give up. Magnussen's fault escalates.
Yeah, it's rejecting all my downshifts. It's really, really annoying.
The gearbox is getting worse. George is stretching that gap again, back up to 4 seconds, although we have lowered the tyre pace temporarily just to take a little bit of temperature and wear out of the tyres. But Norris is now 4 seconds behind us, so he's going to be boxing very soon. Max has got past Charles Leclerc and left him for dead, so expect Leclerc to be in very soon as well. Norris stays out. What about Charles? Charles in. And so is Mick. Medium tyres then. Going on for Charles Leclerc. Medium tyres for Mick as well. How much is Hamilton costing me? 42 million a season on a 3-year deal. I think we had to pay him 5 million or just under 5 million as a signing on fee as well. No bonuses though. But if he delivers me a win in this Grand Prix, it'll be worth it. I'm looking at Hadjar for next season to replace Valtteri. Valtteri in the final year of his contract. He's on 12.5 mil. I've made Hadjar an offer of 5 mil a season. Who has a fault now? Oh, Magnussen again.
Have I got a power issue?
So engine as well as, well, maybe engine, might be battery, but more likely it's going to be engine as well as his gearbox. George stretching his gap. We need about 18 seconds, I think, for a stop here. He's almost a third of the way. Norris has stayed out. And Max gets through. Oh, and Norris might have just given Max a DRS hit. He did. So Max is through. Magnussen's in, and so is Stroll. Soft tyres for Magnussen. And for Stroll, who has to wait for Magnussen before he can be released. I don't know if they'll go the distance on those guys. They might do. I still need to do more fuel saving.
Then we need to increase lift and coast.
Understood.
It's not coming down quick enough without doing the fuel saving. So Russell now about 6 seconds clear. Nice little gap to Verstappen at the moment. Although that will start to come down again. I'm pretty sure of that. You can see Piastri and Ocon are right behind Norris as well. We might see Norris box now. Now that Max is through and he's falling away. New fastest lap for George. Is he getting ready to box, I wonder? I hope so. And in comes Norris. That's soft tyres waiting for him. So he's going to be quick, but he's going to have traffic to deal with. Will he get out in front of Charles Leclerc? Who sets the new fastest lap, a 1:44.1. And there is Norris. Leclerc is through. Back to the front. As Iwasa hits the pits. He has been a disaster for Racing Bulls this season. Stroll hasn't been that much better. I wouldn't say, at least in terms of Formula One, that Peugeot are an industry giant. I mean, they've had good success in sports car racing. But in Formula One, it's been a long time, A, since they've been in Formula One, and B, they weren't that good when they were in Formula One as an engine supplier. They had that disastrous season with McLaren, when Honda left, before McLaren went to Ford. Interestingly enough, Senna was trying to get Lamborghini engines instead of the Peugeot engines. Never happened. And Lamborghini left Formula One not long after. All right, another personal best in the first sector for Lewis. Gap still slowly creeping up at the front. 6.5 seconds now. Max has taken a little nibble out of us. It's now under 5 seconds. Piastri's right there as well. He's pushed straight onto the back of Verstappen. That's good for us. If Verstappen and Piastri fight, that will slow them down a little bit. As Max will have to drive defensively to cover him off in the braking zones. And Piastri's got a fault. I was wondering he'd just drop back a touch, and there we go.
As far as we can tell, they've got a fault with the car.
He has an issue of some kind.
So P2.
1:45.5.
Russell.
What is our best lap
Car behind is
so far
Verstappen.
with Hamilton?
Gap to Verstappen behind 4.9.
That was it. 1:45.5 was our fastest lap so far. And we're almost done with the fuel saving.
And good job on tires. Continue like this.
In fact, I'd say we are done with the fuel saving now.
No
Still have 21 laps to go, including this one.
Good job.
Yep.
Take care of the tires.
Okay.
Use the energy.
Understood.
Yeah, I always go with the very first option, where you can create your own backstory. Let's see if we can start nibbling away at George. "20 laps to go." Is George going to have to stop? I think he is. I'm in two minds here as to whether or not I should stop Lewis and go for an undercut. But I'm really worried that if we do that, there'll be a VSC or a safety car, everyone will box, and or even a red flag, everyone will box and hold position over us. I think we just have to tough it out and then wait and see what happens. That's why I keep dropping the tyre wear down, just to try and stretch these tyres as much as we possibly can,
pushing status.
while keeping them in the temperature window. Hard tyres for Albon. They will take him to the end, and he'll be able to be aggressive with them as well. And we are not closing in on him, Russell.
Yep.
If anything, he's going to be quicker than us again this lap. We're just kind of treading water with Max. This really is going to be a very nervy end for me. Oh, Russell's in. Russell is into the pits. He's going hard tyres. Ooh. Interesting choice. Very smooth stop there for Mercedes. Where is he going to feed out? He's going to get out in front of Gasly, I think. No, behind Gasly, behind Ocon. Oh, that was close. But hopefully, Gasly, Ocon will keep going until the end. Or at least for another 10 laps or so. Slow down George. So we have the lead of the Grand Prix again by about 5 seconds from Max Verstappen. Can we get the win? That would be an amazing feat, given how far off the pace our car is. And the fact that it would be Hamilton getting us to win would piss off Farah immensely, which makes it all the more satisfying. Where is Farah? He should be here for this. He might be lurking in the chat, watching but not saying anything because Hamilton's in the lead. This is going to rankle Dino a little bit as well. Listen to the overspeed as he gets that slipstream and DRS. Engine revving through the roof. And this could be Ocon immediately here, potentially. The fact that the two of them are close together means that it will be harder for Russell to just squeeze on through. Given those little looks that we're going to see from Ocon trying to get past Gasly, and vice versa if they do switch places. But by the same token, if Ocon steps out too soon, he leaves the door open for George to just slide straight in alongside him and then take the position on the exit of the corner. Stay with Gasly, Ocon. Don't get dropped. For God's sake, don't get dropped. You can see Ocon is taking the defensive line and he's losing time to Gasly, but now he's got the slipstream back. As Lawson moves past Carlos Sainz. And look at this, look, George out of the slipstream. Look how much time he's losing as a result. All right, Hadjar into the pits. As we see Behrman desperately trying to hold back Leclerc and Norris. It's hard tyres going on for Isaac. Oh, they are queuing up behind Ollie Behrman here. Behrman has got a fault as well. Behrman did not change tyres under the safety car, or the red flag.
What they need right now.
He'd only been on those hard tyres for a few laps, I think 4 or 5 laps, when the red flag came out, so he stayed on them. Everyone else put on new tyres. They're going to be struggling. He's going to have to stop again, I think, at some point. Leclerc gets through. Norris will be next. Max has taken a little nibble out of us again. He's taken half a second out of us.
Take it easy there.
Understood.
And Leclerc's gone. Norris is going to jump on Behrman. Assuming Norris doesn't get jumped himself by Carlos. That was very close there. There we go. Behrman's out of DRS range now. This will be an easy overtake for Norris. He's all over him like a bad rash. And through goes Norris. Max has to get down to 4 seconds, less than 4 seconds. Our pace has dropped. Once again, it's because we are just taking a little bit of pace out of the tyre.
And tyre phase update when you can.
It's taking a little bit of extra temperature out of the tyre. Trying to preserve them as much as we can because we can't afford to stop now. But it is costing us on this lap. Fuel saving is done. We are at fuel neutral. Russell is still stuck behind Ocon and Gasly. This is working out very nicely for us. What is the gap to Russell? 11.5 seconds. That will come down very quickly as soon as he gets through. And Max is in the pits. This has got to be for soft, surely. Yeah, soft tyres for Max. They will easily go the distance. We could get like 20, 24, 25 laps easily out of our softs. So, Oscar now is the gatekeeper. He does have that little fault as well. Russell is past Ocon and has left him behind. He's all over Gasly now. Has a little look He's not getting through there. We are not stopping, even under unless there's a safety car, like a full safety car or a red flag. If we get a VSC, we're not going to stop. Unless the cars behind us stop. Norris with a fault now.
But it looks like they're carrying some kind of fault.
Norris not really a factor anymore. Magnussen still going despite the many issues with his car. New set of soft tyres. Have a nice little turn of pace here at the end. I think we just took a second out of Piastri on this lap. .145.4. It's amazing how much the pace improves when we push the tyre level back up again. And a bad lap for Oscar. 147.0. Very bad lap. Here comes George. Couldn't quite get Gasly there. Will he get him into turn 3? As Max gets past Tsunoda. Max is going to come steaming up through the field over the next few laps, and then his tyres are going to start to give up. Come on, Gasly, keep him behind, keep him behind. Good lad. Piastri is losing more time. I wonder if it's that issue he's got his battery. And it's run out, and now he's having to slowly charge it back up again. Look at the queue behind Lawson. Behrman, Bortoletto, Albon, Schumacher, Lindblad, all nose to tail. And Hadjar's closing quickly. He'll be on that train soon as well. Now George is through. Comfortably through. Piastri's in the pits. So now I'm up against George. The gap is 11 seconds with 13 laps to go. New fastest lap for Verstappen, a 1:43.5. 2 seconds quicker than me, but that is not sustainable pace. Oscar's gone soft tyres to the end. I need Gasly to really hassle and harry Russell here, but it's not going to happen. He's almost been dropped already. And they're only a couple of corners away from a DRS zone. There we go. There's the 1 second. So it's a straight fight now. Me versus George. And his tyres are going to be in better shape than ours, I think. Much better shape. While it might not be the best car on the grid, it's certainly very, very quick in George's hands as well. He's pulled out 2.5 seconds on Gasly since here. Oh, no, sorry, since here. He was about maybe half a second ahead at the end of that DRS zone. He's 2.6 seconds clear now, a lap later. He's going to be 3 seconds clear by the time he gets to the end of the DRS zone here. 9/10 of a second out of me on that lap. 12 laps to go. Can we hang on? We still haven't gained any surplus fuel yet. Battery is slowly, and I do mean slowly, coming back to us, but it's still not great. Still maybe about 30% across the line. Maybe not even that much. Lindblad moves ahead of Mick Schumacher. Norris still has not been able to get past Charles Leclerc. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if Norris has cooked his tyres now. He's been stuck behind Leclerc like this for a long time now. The thermal wear on those tyres must be pretty big. Ocon's in. And so's Yuki. Now boxing together. New fastest lap for Oscar. 1:43.1. George took half a second out of me on that last lap. Nice and smooth double stop there from Aston. Both drivers going onto a set of softs. Behrman comes in. I did think he was going to have to stop. Schumacher coming in as well. Good stop there. Soft tyres going on. Looks like a solid stop for Haas as well. Soft for Ollie Behrman. And the gap is down to 8.5 seconds. Less than 8.5 seconds. 8 seconds. Oh, wow. George is pushing hard this lap. He's coming for us.
P1. Behind you, we have Russell.
My God, the gap's nearly 7.5 seconds. He is flying this lap. We're going to see him in the background. There he is. Just make him out there. We did a 1:46.3. Behrman's fault is back.
But the car's definitely not happy. Surely some kind of fault.
Whatever it was, it cleared it for a while. It's back. 1:44.0 for George. 2.3 seconds out of us. There he is. There is George in the background. Oh, this is going to be a horrible last 10 laps. With 10 laps to go, it is Hamilton leading from George Russell by just over 7.3 seconds. Max is third. Gasly in fourth. Piastri fifth. Norris in sixth. Has finally got past Charles Leclerc. Leclerc down to seventh. Then it's Sainz in eighth. Ninth for Esteban Ocon. 10th for Alex Albon. But that surely is only very temporary. Tsunoda on brand new soft tyres behind him. Then it's Lawson, Lindblad, Bortoletto, Hadjar, Stroll, Behrman, Schumacher, Iwasa and Magnussen. 2 retirements so far in this Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas taken out in the castle section by Kimi Antonelli. Brought out a red flag, which has given us this amazing opportunity to try and win our first Grand Prix with Cadillac. But we are going to have to fight tooth and nail for it at the end here, because George is coming hard. Six and a half seconds is the gap. Fuel? I've got a little bit to spare fuel, but I'm saving that for the last lap or two. 1:44.7. So 9 tenths out of us on that lap. There is George. Gap is coming down. My tyres are going to start to dip a little bit more in a moment. Battery's getting there slowly. Six seconds exactly for the briefest moment, the gap. It's now below 6 seconds. Sainz now trying to get past his teammate. Leclerc's medium's starting to really struggle a little bit now. And there's Ocon on his new softs lurking. Tsunoda has not managed to get past Albon yet. A little surprised by that. Russell's got the gap down to 5 seconds. Eight laps to go.
Take care of the tires.
Understood.
And charge button on.
Yep.
Just trying to save a little bit of battery in one of the biggest deployment areas. Gasly's into the pits.
Yep.
Soft tyres for Gasly. It's not a good stop though. Problems with that right front. He comes out behind Esteban Ocon. Tsunoda still hasn't got past Alex Albon. Here's an opportunity as Sainz gets past Leclerc. And Albon just solid in defence here. The gap is under 4 seconds. We are sacrificing a little bit of pace to get a little bit more wear on the car. Ooh.
I have no power.
Engine issues getting worse for Magnussen alongside a bad gearbox. Yeah, just trying to get a little bit more wear available for the car in the closing couple of laps. Gap is less than 3.5 seconds. This is the most nerve-wracking ending of a manager race you've ever seen. You're only watching, I'm living it.
And charge button on.
Okay.
Energies are
Gap
good.
under 3 seconds. Every time I do this to try and prep, it's
And
letting
charge
George
button
get closer
on,
and
charge
closer.
button on.
2.5 seconds is the gap. Max isn't going to catch us now. It is just a one-on-one fight. Hamilton versus Russell. And Lawson's in. Gap's 2 seconds. Gasly's through on Leclerc, going after Carlos.
Try to stay in front.
6 laps left. Oh, he's so close. He just missed out on DRS, but he'll definitely have it at the end of the lap. Leclerc's into the pits. Those mediums have finally given up on him. Set of softs. Will he get out in front of Lindblad? No. Will he get out in front of Bortoletto? No. Hadjar gets through as well. Back to the front. Half a second. Tyres are almost irrelevant for George now at this point. He's in our slipstream, he's in our DRS, he's got a quicker car. The issues for Isaac.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
Oh my god, he can't get any closer. This is what I've been saving my tyres for.
These laps. And 5 laps to go.
Oh, come on, Lewis.
Russell behind DRS.
Here he comes again. And again, we shut him down.
And we need to manage front tires.
Ocon gets past Albon. Albon must have snuck away from Tsunoda and got ahead of Ocon at some point. Leclerc gets past Hadjar. Bortoletto up next.
Push.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. See Russell's tyre wear on the wheel, 70%, high 60s.
4 laps to go.
So he's definitely got better tyres than us. His battery is full as well. His battery there, 96%.
Take care of the tires.
This is so nerve-wracking.
Tire phase update when you can.
Tire's been okay, I just got my rear end.
You can do it, Lewis. I believe in you.
And tires are good to push. And you can use all the boost bar. Surge on.
I just feel this inevitable weight bearing down on me here, that the move is going to happen and I'm not going to be able to respond to it.
Russell behind with DRS.
Here he comes again. Can we keep him behind?
3 laps to go.
Yes, we can. But every time there's a little lingering look up the inside like that, it runs the risk of a little contact between the two cars, putting us into the wall. I'm terrified that that's going to be how our race ends, is that we crash out or we have a big lock-up somewhere. Max is now 10 seconds behind.
And we need you to take care of the tires.
Oh, this is nervy. This is so nervy. Come on. Just keep it together. Just a little longer, please.
And we need to push for these laps. You're doing a good job.
Come on, Lewis.
And Russell behind with DRS.
Every lap, it's we got Magnussen in front.
2 laps to go.
He's doing 1 minute 49s. He's going to get in the way on the, if not on this lap, then certainly on the next one. Is that going to decide this Grand Prix? Is Magnussen going to cost me a win or help me win it? Here comes George. Again, Hamilton shuts him down.
So deployed. No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Starting to push the tyre temps through the roof, but I want to see if we can get some kind of safety gap before we hit the final lap. Fault for Behrman.
And as far as we can tell, they've got a fault with the car.
He's down to P15, no points for Behrman today. We get past Magnussen. George is still close enough to get DRS. But the gap is almost there. Can we out-drag him to the DRS detection point? No, we can't. He's closing again. Final lap. Can we hold him off? Please hold him off. This is the last real opportunity. How's it going? Oh, where the hell have you been, Clark? My nerves are barely hanging on by a thread right now. We should just about have enough battery left. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to do it. Russell's going to have a run at us up to the line. Can we keep him behind? We are meters away. Here comes George. Yes! Yes!
Yeah, you've done a fantastic race.
Oh my word, we won the Grand Prix. Fantastic.
And P0, please. P0.
Lewis Hamilton picks up the win.
A result like that absolutely speaks to all the hard work they put into their career. Just phenomenal.
We managed to hang on. Only just, my throat is killing me. Ah, dear. Whew. That was the nerviest finish to a race I think I've ever had. That sense of impending dread getting bigger every lap as Russell started hunting us down, putting us under pressure. If that had been Valtteri in that position, we would not have won this race. I am emotionally drained. Crusher Bottas just gave us a win. Yeah, probably. I mean, it allowed us to change tyres under the safety car and stay ahead of everybody else.
Well, in the end, that was a pretty terrible day for Valtteri Bottas.
But a pretty fucking amazing day for Lewis.
Be an incredible disappointment for them, a retirement and an opportunity missed.
The highly decorated record breaker from Stevenage once again taking to the podium.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
And before they get back to work, I think it's time to cool off here in Azerbaijan. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
They'll be absolutely delighted to have picked up the win here. What a great outcome that is for the team.
Well, everybody, that's all from us here in Baku.
Formula One will be back to Europe for the next round, on the shores of the Mediterranean, with some heated competition to look forward to in Spain.
There we go. Confirmation of the final result. It is a win for Lewis Hamilton and Cadillac. What a result. Up 14 places from where we qualified to take the win. Needed some help from Valtteri, but let the record show that we were taken out by Kimi Antonelli. It was not a crash gate. We did not deliberately put the car in the wall to allow Hamilton to box under a safety car like a la Renault in 2008 at Singapore. George second, and he's scored some big points over teammate Norris today, so that will bring him back into contention in the drivers' standings. Might even tie them up again. They are 10 points apart after today. After today's points totals. Let's see what that does to the final standings in a minute. Max takes third place, podium for him, ahead of Oscar Piastri. Gasly, great race for him. He finishes in fifth, 10 points for him. Not a great weekend for Norris. Down 5 places, started on pole, couldn't convert to a win. He will finish in 6th place. Good weekend for Sainz, all things considered, after going out in Q1. He will finish in 7th place, up 14 places and 6 points for him. Albon takes 8th, Ocon 9th, Yuki Tsunoda in 10th, so both Astons getting some points today. Just outside the points, Charles Leclerc in 11th. Just didn't really have the pace today and probably stayed on those mediums longer than he should have done at the after the restart. Lindblad up 8 places for 12th, Hadjar 13th. Behrman, problems with his car meant that he was never really competitive today. He drops down 8 places to 14th. Bortoletto up to 15th, ahead of Liam Lawson. 16th, then 17th for Schumacher, 18th for Stroll, 19th for Iwasa, and Magnussen 20th. All sorts of issues for Kevin Magnussen there, with a very bad gearbox and then a very bad engine as well. And then, of course, the 2 retirements. Valtteri Bottas hanging on in 4th or 5th place, rear-ended at the castle section by Kimi Antonelli, taking both of them out. Neither of our drivers had stopped at that point. And, of course, the red flag that ensued because of the cars blocking traffic meant that we could put Hamilton onto a set of hard tyres to try and go to the end without losing track position. Let's see what the driver standings look like then. George does go ahead of Lando Norris. They are tied again on points, but George has 3 wins to Lando's 2, which is why he is top and Lando is second. A little bit of a gap to Max. He picks up 15 points today. He's on 116 now, so he is 26 points behind the 2 Mercedes drivers. Oscar in 4th place has 91 points. Then a little bit of a gap to Gasly. He's on 61. Tsunoda on 55. Hamilton up to 50 points. He's just 5 points behind Tsunoda, up into 7th place in the standings now with that glorious win. No points for Charles Leclerc. He drops down into 8th place. He's on 34 points. Alex Albon drops down a place as well. He's on 32. Sainz in 10th has 27 points. Then it's Antonelli with 19. Behrman with 18. Lawson has 16 points. Hadjar and Ocon both on 13 points. Hadjar has the better finish position, I think, which is why he is above Esteban Ocon. Then it's Mick Schumacher in 16th with 7 points, ahead of Bortoletto with 6. Bottas with 5. Lindblad with 4. And then 3 drivers still yet to score. Magnussen, Iwasa and Stroll. In the constructors' standings, Mercedes, 26 points for them. They are on 284 points. Just 15 for Red Bull. The gap gets even bigger. They're on 129. That gap has now gone up to 155 points. Then it's McLaren in 3rd with 110. Alpine up 1 into 4th. They're both tied on 68. But Alpine do have the edge over Aston there in terms of, I think, higher total points position finishes. Ferrari 6th has 61 points. Cadillac move above Williams. We're now just 6 points behind Ferrari and 7 points clear of Williams, who have dropped down into 8th. 9th is Haas with 18 points. Audi 10th with 10 points. Racing Bull still yet to get off the mark, and we have now reached the position that the board wants us to finish in this season, in 7th. We do not make the leaderboard because we did not make a pit stop. So it's a good weekend for Alpine. They take the fastest stop and 10th as well. Ferrari gets 2nd. Racing Bull's 3rd. 4th for Red Bull. 5th and 9th for McLaren. 6th and 7th for Mercedes. Williams picking up a few points with Lawson. Let's see what the standings look like here. Red Bull top with 134 points, 7 clear of McLaren. Both teams picking up 12 points today. No points for Audi. They stay 3rd, but the gap is now just 2 points to Mercedes. And Alpine are only a further point behind in 5th. Then it's Ferrari with 72 points. Aston with 41, 39 for Cadillac. Racing Bulls move above Williams onto 31 points. Williams down into 10th now, 22 points for them. Haas with 3. And as you can see, neither driver making a stop. Valtteri didn't get the opportunity, and Hamilton changed his under the red flag. Once again, this is where things turn a little sour. We do not finish with Valtteri in the top 18, so we lose 890k from our predicted income. which hurts, especially considering that Antonelli destroyed our gearbox, really damaged our ERS, and took about 20% of the life off our engine as well. So not only did we not make the money that we needed to, we just got hit with a very expensive repair bill with a completely destroyed chassis, suspension, front wing, rear wing, the works. Need to get my breath back after that. Okay, so we have our spare side pod and suspension, which are immediately going to get pressed. Well, the suspension is immediately going to get pressed into service. Let's see. We have 700 grand in the bank. It's not much. It's really not much at all. Let's see. Post-race data. How bad is the report? It's not good. We lost a rear wing on Lewis's car, as well as the one on that car there. We do not have any rear wings. We've got just enough money to make two, and just enough time to make two, but it's not good, is it? We no longer have a spare front wing either. I don't think I can afford a front wing as well, so that's not good. That's not good at all. Chassis destroyed, front wing destroyed, rear wing destroyed, suspension destroyed from the crash. Look at that. This is what the powertrain should be looking like. Something like that. So you can see we've lost, what, 16, 17% of the life of the engine. We've lost 38% of the life of the ERS. And we've lost the entire gearbox. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Very, very bad. The board is still nagging us about being in debt. At least we managed to just about clear that, but that money's about to disappear. Let's fix the cars as best we can. Let's start, before we do anything else, by making those new rear wings. There we go. We are 16 days away from the new front wings. 6 days away from the underfloor, which we can't afford to build. We can't even afford to build a normal front wing that we've already got. They're 225k each. We're going to have to wait a week, get a little bit of money from the tour center, and then we can just about make one wing. But we won't be able to get the underfloors into production. Oh, my God. It just never ends, does it? So we would have to change the design completely. So we're going to hang back on that. Can put a replacement chassis on. I've got one spare there. No spare front wings. No, one spare front wing left. That goes on the car. Now we have no spare front wings. We have got spare suspensions. There we go. So we've got one spare suspension. No spare underfloors. That's at medium risk. That one's okay. So at least we haven't got a worry about both failing at the same time. Side pods, medium risk, but we have two spares there. We still have a spare chassis, so no immediate risk there, but we're going to hit the point where we're not going to be able to make the upgrades quickly enough to get them on or back on the car at this point. So we're looking like we might have to roll back our spec just a little bit. And you know it's going to be Valtteri that's going to be suffering with that, because he just isn't as quick as Hamilton. Right, let's see what the board thought. They must be delighted with that, surely. They were delighted with that. As they damn well should be. We got a win! And we're now halfway through our long-term objective. We need just 6 more point finishes with 13 rounds left in the championship. So we have a slightly better than 50% target remaining. That's nice. The more points finishes we can rack up, the more leeway, wiggle room we will have on actually achieving that if we fail to get in the points. in any Grand Prix. Right, what is next? Advancing time. That's a rear wing. Isaac has come back to us with a counter offer. We offered him 5 mil with no bonus. He wants a bonus, which he's not going to get, and he wants to go up to 5.8 mil. Let's remove that. Let's tidy this up. I'm happy to pay him 5.8 mil. Throw another 80,000 on that bonus as well to make it a nice even 10%. There we go. Hopefully we will have him alongside Hamilton next season. Staff survey results. Drivers both positive. Very unhappy with car performance. God, can you imagine if we had a car on a kind of parity with, you know, any of the top 5 teams right now? We would be absolutely crushing this season. Another inbox issue. Low stock on the chassis. We know about that. That is the new underfloor. Complete, but we can't start building it. Let's fix these rear wings. There we go. So we've got no spare rear wings. Oh, money from the sponsors. I forgot about that. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. 4.26 mil. Did we have any mandatory activities this month? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. All right. We can start building those underfloors. Let's build another couple of rear wings. And let's build a front wing because we're only 9 days away from the next one being available. So I don't want to overburden. I just want to have a spare front wing. In case we have a little collision with someone somewhere at some point in Barcelona. We might need it for Monaco as well. I don't think the front wings will be ready in time. Are we back to back at Monaco? Yes, we are back to back. So there is the front wing design being ready. It's a sprint weekend, so we would need the parts here. So the only way to get a front wing would be to rush, and then if there's anything wrong with that front wing at any point for the rest of the weekend, we're in trouble. So no front wings, or no new front wings for Monaco, but we will have them for Austria, which is 3 weeks later. All right. Let's get some money from the sponsors. We've got a hot lap experience for 2.5 mil. Get Ricardo engaged. Let's get our scouts doing something, or our scout. We have only the one. We'll send off 2 engineers as well. And that gets us a little bit of cover there. All right. Let's see. Let's prep the car's powertrain ready for the next Grand Prix. Let's do that for Hamilton's car as well. We're still on that first DRS, aren't we? There we go. So we've got back-to-back sprints coming up. Barcelona, then Monaco. We've not had a sprint at either of those Grand Prix before, so that could be interesting. We know what tyre wear can be like at Barcelona. Tyre wear is actually very, very low at Monaco, so we haven't got to worry too much about Monaco with the sprint tyre choice. It's almost certainly going to be just softs. And then we'll have plenty of mediums available for the Grand Prix. Almost certainly going to be two-stopping at Monaco. Going to have to at least two-stop at Barcelona, maybe even a three-stop. Barcelona last year, I think we saw 5 stops. Maybe possibly 1 6-stop, although that might have been because of some damage. So we could see some really crazy pit strategies from the AI at Barcelona tomorrow night. But before we do that, we still have to get through the rest of the prep. There we go. It's Friday today, actually, so it'll be Monday when we go to Barcelona, not tomorrow. We have our spare front wing just in time. So, the car is pants, as you can see, but it is a race-winning car. God damn it. We have finally got ourselves not just a podium, but we actually got ourselves a win, which I did not think we would realistically be even in the conversation for this season. My hope was that with Hamilton, we might be able to sneak a podium at some point this year, but we've gone above and beyond, and we've actually taken the top step. So there are the current constructor standings. Mercedes are absolutely romping it this season. Huge gap after just 7 rounds of 155 points. We're up to 7th, so we're on target as things currently stand to finish where we need to. And look at that, Hamilton up to 7th in the driver's standings. He is a Grand Prix winner for Cadillac. That is awesome. If you've enjoyed tonight's stream, then a thumbs up would be much appreciated. If you haven't yet subscribed, then why not consider subscribing to the channel as well for more crazy potential races like this. And if you have subscribed or you haven't yet, make sure you hit that bell to be notified as to when my live streams will start and any other videos that will drop on the channel as well. That's it from me. I hope you enjoyed, as I say, tonight. I hope you've enjoyed the racing so far this season. And we'll be back on Monday with the next round when we go to Barcelona for a sprint weekend. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.